So I'm going to have to live stream from this MacBook Pro, which has only 2 USB Type-C ports. So naturally first we're going to need this adapter, which gives us tons of extra I/O. Then we're going to add in an Elgato Stream Deck so we can actually control the stream. Then add to that our first camera. Then add our second camera, apart from that we can't add it because we're out of USB Type-A anyway. So a USB Type-A to C adapter to the rescue. Then we need to plug in power so the MacBook doesn't die halfway through because the battery is awful. And finally Ethernet for a more stable connection. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the classic Apple simplicity. Isn't it just so simple and beautiful? And seeing how World War III is about to kick off any second now, more games are getting passed to play to pass the time while we're all huddled up for warmth in our nuclear bunkers is very welcome. And if you want to feel like you're part of the action, you can just fire up Modern Warfare and shoot some Russians. Wait, what's the Modern Warfare, the one where you shoot Russians? I don't know, I never played Call of Duty. All I know about a COD franchise is that you shoot up an airport in one of them, and then in another one Kevin Spacey asks you to press F to pay respects or something. But regardless, if you want to drop a nuke on a Russian airport as Kevin Spacey or whatever you do in COD games, then Microsoft will have you covered. The COD I was originally wanting to use for this project, the GT260, well, let's just say got burnt out a bit. And by burnt out, I mean it committed fiery seppuku while the PC was running. Well, here it is. The most depressing day of the year. No, not Blue Monday, Valentine's Day. So what should I and all fellow sad nerds do to commemorate, or rather survive on this very peculiar day? Well, it's simple. Play the most romantic and heartwarming game there is. Doom 3. I mean, come on, what's more romantic than this? There's literally hearts everywhere. Like in this guy. Or that guy. Or this dead guy. So it's finally time to read some more of my comment section, because apparently I'm not depressed enough. Now a lot of these comments are pretty old, but they're still gems. After all the work Big Joe did talking you up, it's come to this. This absolute abject, painful video. You who spend so much time dragging yourself across the concrete floor. And this is the best you have done. In nearly 1 year, this flagellation to the corporate overlords. My friend, wallow in your own misery. For this is the filth you have wrought. This is the filth you have... What? You could have soared like the eagle, but instead you have chosen to fall like Icarus. Take care. So now we have pretty much 2 things left to do. Number 1 is the peel. So let me just quickly, there we go. Wait, almost have it. There we go. Now, wasn't that satisfying? Oh, that was like barely in frame, wasn't it? Oops. Between the aggressive pricing, Lord Gaben himself hand-delivering some of the Steam Decks, and now even all the Steam Deck CAD files, Valve have been absolutely killing it with their brand new handheld. Now compare that to someone like Nintendo, who's all like, oh, Joy-Con drift? That is a feature, not a bug. And by the way, here's a cease and desist for mentioning the words Nintendo and emulation within the same sentence. Here you go. And up next, here's my guide on how to ruin a company in just 4 simple steps. Step 1. Have a sleazy CEO who's about as unlikable as James Corden and who has tendencies perfect for running a company into an early grave as if it had evidence against Hillary Clinton. Step 2. Change the rules of a giveaway only after the winner has already been chosen. Step 3. Make fun of and bully the person who won the giveaway because of the number of followers on Twitch. And then finally, Step 4. Profit. And if push comes to shove and we find ourselves in a nuclear war with the Soviets, then at least you'll have this thing to keep you busy. But I don't think that will happen, you know guys, like I don't think the Russians will ever invade anyone. Okay, that's everything and... oh no. Done it. Oh, come on, are you serious right now? Okay, hear me out. Minecraft in real life. And no, I'm not talking about the disaster that was Minecraft Earth, I'm talking about 3D printing Minecraft builds. Because there is actually a way to export and then 3D print your favorite Minecraft builds, whatever they are. Also, is that just a weird reflection, or does he have Tic Tacs in his case?
I think he does have Tic Tacs in his case, because he looks...
I actually can't...
that's definitely in the case, because otherwise it'd be floating next to him. See, he's got Coca-Cola Tic Tacs in his computer case.
Just in case your GPU gets hungry or something. You know, like how Tic Tacs are supposed to keep your mouth cool or whatever? It will not keep your PC cool. That's not how it works. What do YouTubers and cats have in common? They like to put their faces on things. Think about it. And now, for the cooler, we actually have two different options because Be Quiet sent over two different coolers. So, thanks guys. So seeing how one of them has a 130 watt TDP and the other has a 160 watt one, well, I guess you know which one I'll be going for. I should not have done that. Oh yeah, I need a HDMI cable as well. Oh, HDMI. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna just do this quickly because something just zapped me. There's only one portable console I brought with me on my recent trip, and that's the Nintendo GameCube. Because I prefer to play my Switch games the way they were intended, on my massive 4K TV. But this gives me the perfect opportunity to replay some old games the way that they were intended on a TV that's almost as old as myself. Just look at that glorious composite video in Medal of Honor. And apparently this game makes you shoot down Japanese planes with a rifle. No, I'm not kidding. And apparently I shot down none of them. So the big Nvidia Computex keynote just happened. Wasn't it exciting? And by exciting, I of course mean more boring than Amy Schumer reading a funeral eulogy. Windows and ARM. Two things that just don't really mix. Though of course that doesn't mean that Microsoft haven't tried their hardest to make this impractical marriage work. And they're doing it again with Project Volterra. And yeah, you'll be forgiven for thinking this is simply just a Mac Mini, but developed by the boys up in Redmond. But you'd be so wrong, because this thing isn't silver like the Mac Mini. How exactly is one supposed to feel in a situation like this? When you lose someone so close to you, but someone you barely even thought about for the past 10 years or so? Well, that is exactly how a lot of internet users may be feeling right now. Because we just lost a great ally who got us through a lot of the early days of the internet. And now it's finally time to let it go as a relic of the past and simply cherish the memories we had with it along the way. Yes, the day has finally come. And DALL-E Mini quickly shown what exactly happens when you give the power of AI to the people. I love the internet. Oh, just look at this. If this doesn't make you hard, I don't know what will. Poland, the land that has given us pierogi, Copernicus, me, and as it turns out, one of the most interesting AIO coolers I have seen in quite a while. Oh wait, I read that wrong. That's a B560 board. That's an LGA 1200 board. Okay, well do they have... They don't have a DDR4 LGA 700 board. They don't have a current gen board for DDR4 memory. NZXT. Oh, NZXT. You're gonna drive me insane. NZXT literally have their own Z690 DDR4 motherboards. I made entire videos about those motherboards and pointed out how it's kind of dumb that they're only DDR4 and not DDR5. And then they go and not even use their own motherboards in their own building thingy. Okay, deep breaths. Deep breaths, think about RTX 2090s and Jensen Huang's leather jacket. Deep breaths, relax. User Benchmark and AMD have a full-on North Korea v South Korea, Democrats v Republicans, Redditors versus common courtesy kind of relationship going on. Well, it's probably more of a one-sided relationship because I doubt AMD know that they even exist. And just reading the article that User Benchmark released with this data shows exactly how deep it goes. Because they believe that AMD is just paying off everyone apart from them to make the CPUs look good, because who on earth would ever want an AMD CPU? And that it is all part of one single globalist agenda, making sure that every single household in the world has an AMD CPU. Basically, this guy is the tech equivalent of Alex Jones.
You people are enemies, and we're gonna get your asses, and we know what you're up to, and we're coming for you.
Oh yeah. I look pathetic, don't I? But that's not because of the glasses, I just look pathetic all the time. Okay, so you can probably see our bent pin right here. Actually, just 2 of them now. So our only hope is to grab it, not cause any collateral damage, and straighten it back up like it's in a rural American school. What? What were you expecting? Were you expecting some kind of special video? 9 is just simply another number after all. It's just another number like 24 or 69 or 778. But I guess the number 9 is special today because if I've been doing this for 9 whole years, it officially means I'm crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting some breaking news right now. Apparently the RTX 4090 Ti has been cancelled because of melting. No, that's not a joke. In fact, I wish that was a joke. But no, sadly, it is not. Look at these stickers. Have I gone back in time to like 2012 when these things were cool? Danger. Eurus trespassing. Please do not disturb. I'm poning noobs in Call of Duty. My Eurus passport which grants me entry to the Republic of Gamers. And okay, this one here is actually pretty cool. That is going to easily fit. And now we also figure out how much space the actual reservoir is going to take up. So that is going to be 120 millimeters. Ooh, okay, that's tight. That leaves us with 47 millimeters, and we still haven't taken into account the radiators. Something tells me that the radiators aren't gonna be that small. 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters! That is all we have left. I have to fit in a graphics card, a reservoir, a radiator, and fans with 2 millimeters spare. Ouch. So the last few days on Twitter have been interesting to say the least. From company stock prices tanking because of fake tweets, to a reign of terror on the Twitter nobility, which we have not seen since the days of the French Revolution, to the rules pretty much changing every other day. It's been pretty intense. And of course, most of that comes down to the verification and how we can now get it via just purchasing Twitter Blue. So I decided to actually, you know, purchase it. Yes, I'm the person in the meme. Gotta be very careful with this side panel. Forget you saw anything. Brand new feet on the bottom. And yes, these white things are feet, they're not just stickers, so don't peel them off. I did that the first time around and had to get a replacement, so oops. And so, here's a brand new PC, which has a fan missing at the top because of the motherboard getting in the way, a singular fractal fan at the back because I didn't get my 120mm Be Quiet fan in the mail yet. Power supply would just even have the 2 full 8 pins for the CPU because that also hasn't arrived yet, and an overall look of despair and misery, which I guess makes sense because I've built it. MSI, I've only just let Gigabyte out of the oubliette for not having 1x slots in their motherboards. And now you're following in the footsteps? When I was young, I had a dream that I'd spend all day tidying cables. Somebody shoot me. Let me guess, you wanted a brand new Radeon RX 7900 XTX or XT for Christmas, even though that would be one expensive Christmas present. But the joke is on you, because they're already sold out everywhere. That's right, the indiscriminate scalping of graphics cards is still going on. And if you want to get them in the unimportant slums of the world that are countries other than the United States, well, tough luck, you aren't getting them anywhere. And when you wake up on Christmas Day, all you're gonna have is disappointment and tears, because this is still going on. And do you know how many Chinese sweatshop, Santa's owls had to give up their weekend plans just to be able to create these cards they can't even get for Christmas now? But don't worry, because soon all of humanity will be punished for our inefficiencies. Well then, 2022 was certainly a year. I do promise to come up with some less cringy jokes for next year though.